Clients come to St. Clair because literally every state has their own set of Nexus rules. And Nexus rules are different depending on the type of tax you're talking about. So talking about income tax, if it's corporate income tax, there's a separate set of rules that tell me when I'm subject to a certain state's income tax. With sales tax, there's also a different set of rules, which says I don't even need to have physical presence in a state and I can become subject to sales tax in a particular state. So rather than a client have to worry about all 50 states and multiple local jurisdictions, St. Clair is constantly learning and staying up to date on every state's situation and how they measure Nexus for each particular industry. A lot of businesses operate in a single jurisdiction, whether they open up a retail shop on Main Street or they hang their shingle up and perform services out of an office in one location. It's a pretty simple proposition. You file taxes in one jurisdiction, maybe a state return and a local return. When multi-jurisdiction issues become important are when you start to send employees into other towns or you open up another office in a different town, or more recently, you start to ship goods into other jurisdictions. In the past, the old school way was that you needed physical presence in a state or a local township in order to have what they call Nexus in that township. Nexus creates the need to file a tax return. Nowadays, there have been some court cases recently which have established economic nexus for certain states. What that means is we're no longer reliant on physical presence. I don't need to have an employee in a state to be subject to their taxes. So it becomes a little more of a tricky situation for businesses to know where exactly they are subject to taxation. Well, the biggest question that we get here at St. Clair regarding Nexus is when a client gets a Nexus questionnaire from a state. A lot of times states will get wind of our client's name some way or another, whether they're dealing with a vendor who is located in a particular state or some other reason. We'll get a call from a client asking, what do I do with this Nexus questionnaire? The questionnaire can be pretty lengthy and intimidating, often exceeding 8 to 10 pages. On there are questions about every level of activity that you may have within a state. Answering these questionnaires are critical as they begin the process of a state adding you or your business to their tax roll. Once that happens, you have a filing obligation until the business ceases operations in that state. What we recommend is that the client work with us in filling out the Nexus questionnaire, and we use our expertise and our knowledge of the different states' Nexus requirements to assist them in filling it out honestly, but also in the best possible interest of our client to provide as little exposure to other states as possible.